Well, you're freezing a little bit, so we'll just run with that. And like your face just freezes. I don't know if it's your internet or if it's whatever's going on. There, you're back now. Maybe that'll be part of the stop the scroll. Like how long will your face freeze? Ah, which is kind of cool because I am the channel. The channel now has 177 subscribers, which has been quite a jump in the last we'll say 7 days or so, because the last 7 days of posts have all been AI oriented. They've all been the AI short form video, and well, I don't think there's been too many views on his live posts, but here we are. We're live now. Talk to him.
Woo! Hey guys. Hey, we were talking about investments. I'm thinking investments. There's several topics. One is money. Are you investing your money right now so you'll have more money later? What? It's also like planting seeds. What are you investing in your education? You know, like a Tony Robbins would tell you, invest in your education because that's one thing nobody can take away from you, and you can never lose your, you know, I don't know if we're on. I'm going in and out. We're freezing in and out. But so some of the things were, I would encourage wherever you're at, if you can invest a little bit in some kind of stocks or something early on instead of waiting till later on, because compounded interest, so after 10 or 15 years it really starts paying off. So but also learning. Scott is one of the really guys who put a lot of money into learning more and more and more and more, and he takes classes all the time, and then reinvest. And also that's the same thing with your company. Reinvest a certain part to make your company better. And time is one thing. See, if you do time, what do people care about? They either care about time, if they look at that face. I said it twice. If
What time is it?
time. If you don't put time, money, or effort in something, you don't appreciate it, basically. So the more time you're spending, and the thing is, you're spending time. And now I'm older, so I'm running more out of time, and that's one thing you can never get back is time. You can get more money and more stuff, but you can't get more time. At the end, we're all going to die. So what are we doing each day? Go
Very
ahead.
uplifting, Jeff. Very
Oh,
uplifting.
well, no, Andy. That's when you come in and you and I have a little bit different thought. Is my goal every day is just to be really, really as happy as I can and enjoy as much as I can of life each and every day. And you, and another hand, and also I'm older, but you're younger, and you're really working on being like a multi millionaire. Me, I'm worth more than a million, but I'm not really striving to be like multi millionaire, because I'll be toast before I can spend it all. So there's a difference. And also one thing, Scott, you have a family and I don't. So there's but your future, what are you investing in today? That's what our topic is basically. Is it education? Is it your future? Is it what do you want to do when you retire? What is it? And that's what we want to start working on, the plan. And then if you're running a company like Scott and I, we might want to look into taxes. So how can we do the best with our taxes and make the most money with that? So tax strategists might be in hand coming up.
All right. So,
That was a
Jeff,
mouthful, wasn't it?
you're definitely all over the place. I don't even know if I could follow everything, but I'll do my best. I mean, like,
ADHD came to
I mean, like, yeah.
stuff.
So just side topic, right? So ADHD, squirrel, um, being able to follow, a focus on something, right? Like hyper focus, like whatever the mission is or whatever you want to do. So today we're talking about investing in your future or just investing in yourself, right? So in order to fix a problem, right? Let's say you want to make a lot of money, right? So in order for you to make a lot of money, you have to go out there and fix somebody's problem, and someone will be gladly to give you money to do that. So you have to build yourself up, right? In order for someone to give you money to fix whatever the problem is, right? Like a doctor, like you'll give them whatever amount of money you want to give them in order to save your life because that's what they can do and that's what they spent their money doing, and you have no problem giving. Like people will go out and run drives to get money to give to a doctor, right? Because you can fix the problem that not many people can, right? The bigger the problem you can fix, the more money you can make. And then there's also, a marketer, right? A marketer will be able to command as much money as they want because they're the ones that hold the faucet to how much money a business can make, right? So if you put all the things together in order to, help a business make money, like then you control, their business, right? So if you can control how they make their website or how they send their emails out or, how they do the social media or whatever, right? Like you know how to operate that stuff. Both people give you money to do that. So goes back to what the title is, investing in your future. You want to invest in your education to be able to do those things, right? A lot of people might go out there and buy a lottery ticket thinking that's going to be the answer to everything. So you can go back to the people who buy a lottery ticket and you can do the research that they'll go back to being poor because they weren't set on, what it took to win that money. You can't just dump a bunch of money at somebody who's homeless and expect them not to be homeless a couple years down the road because they don't know how to manage that money or what did it take for them to be homeless to begin with, right? So it's like management of money or like a drug issue, right? So when it comes to investing in your future, I mean, I'm not going to talk to you about like buying houses because that's what it is. Like, I'm not an expert at buying houses or buying real estate or anything like that. But I can tell you that I spent $80,000 just on my between going to Full Sail and then going to a regular school. And this was back in what, 98? I went to regular college from 1998 to 2002. And then from 2002 to 2003, I spent like $20,000 for the 4-year degree and then $60,000 for the Full Sail degree, which I did when I moved to Orlando. Now, just because you spend the money doesn't mean you take the skills and then apply them, right? It's like there's a bunch of people that went to this Full Sail school that like really kind of like digged at me because it was like, man, I have a college degree and then I really want to learn this stuff. Where they would just take high school dropouts and anybody that would sign up for a loan were in the class, right? So it's more in like in not just in spending in your education, it's like applying the skills that you learn to make the money, right? Going the extra distance, right? I gave a video to one of my DJs that wants to be a DJ. Like I have a whole training series. He's like, "Oh, how long do you think it'll be for me to, be able to, do a wedding or DJ for you?" Well, here's a series of videos. And then he came back a few days later. I'm like, "Did you watch the videos?" "Oh, I kind of went through one." Well, that was free, right? There was no money involved in that at all. Like, and it was my lifetime experience onto a series of 7 videos saying how you would get through an event. That's what you asked me to do. And then sometimes if you hand something to somebody, doesn't mean they're going to appreciate it, right? Russell Brunson in one of his books says he used to bring friends and families to his speeches inside of his inner circle. Now, to be inside Russell Brunson's inner circle is $120,000 a year to be in the circle. And you also can't be in his circle unless you're a part of the Two Comma Club, which means you made $1 million in that year. And he talks about it in his book. Like I don't know how many people he has, maybe 80 to 100 people that are inside of his inner circle that spend $120,000 to get the most important information on how to make more money and how to build your business and how to be more efficient and to be in a room of people that have that kind of drive, skill, and talent and whatever else, right? And then he would bring friends and family to that circle, and they wouldn't learn anything or do anything or apply the talent because they didn't spend the money to get there, and they didn't have the appreciation value to even understand what was going on in the room to begin with. So I can talk from my own life experience. I was going to do anything it took to get away from my talent agency to build my own company. Up until now, from 2020, I've spent around $100,000 just in my education. And you're probably wondering, well, how does that happen? Well, when you spend $10,000 and then you end up growing a business that makes $100,000, you'll spend another $10,000, right? And then, well, next year you made $200,000. Okay, well, now I'm spending 20 on education, and you just keep going till I got up to 100,000. So if you were to take my 60,000 from my younger years, right, when I was in my 20s, to the $100,000 that I just spent in the last 5 years, that's $160,000, right? investing into my freaking future because I wouldn't want to be controlled by some organization or some talent agency that could just pull my strings and tell me what to do. I become my own man, right? I can stand on my own 2 feet. I have the education to read people, like something I didn't even think was freaking possible. So now I'm moving on to the next stage of my life, which I didn't know if I could build a DJ company. I made a 420,000 in sales this year. And well, after dealing with people and having limited resources, I'd like to find a different way to make passive income. And that's why I've worked on to the next step.
Yay, good job. And so look at that. You just told them how to invest in themselves for the future. Okay. So, and look, because it's kind of like money. If you don't give money, time, or effort to something, and you did education, which also helped your business each year because you learned more and more how to run your business more efficient, better, and how to go to the next level. And then next time you put in more money for the next year and it paid off. So you're investing in your future two ways there. You're doing it with your company and also with your education, and you're getting smarter and smarter. So you're actually going, and then you'll just keep on growing like that. And that's how you become a bigger businessman. I don't know if anybody's hearing because we're frozen, but so
It's definitely on your end. You're coming through. We got one viewer on the live stream, probably me on my other YouTube channel, not worrying.
that's okay. That's okay. But I'm so proud of you, Scott. I think everything you just said is spot on. Um, then then I would say if you're not investing that way, which is a really good way to invest it because your company's getting more value and it's becoming bigger and you're getting more equity in your company. So that's then I would say to somebody like Scott, I would say look into your taxes and see if that's working good for you because when you're making that kind of money, there's lots of ways that a tax strategist could help you uh, work with it because the rich get rich because they're not paying as many taxes as some of the others. And that's a one way that if you don't have to pay and other things, you can invest in other things. Me, I I was listening to a real, Warren Buffett, some of his tapes the other day, and he's a billionaire. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go listen to a bunch of billionaires to see what they've done, how to run their companies and stuff, because we're always learning. And the thing is, what Scott said earlier is he sometimes you can give things away for free, but if people don't put time, money, or effort in it, they don't appreciate it. Like the DJ who had 7 videos that he could have learned probably almost everything he would need to know to do a professional show, and he didn't even look at one. I mean, he didn't even study it. So there's so much free stuff to study. So if you're saying, well, I can't afford what Scott did and pay, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get your education, there's so much free stuff on the internet that you can start with and start out with the free stuff and then go on to the other stuff. But Scott, he was already educated. That's why Scott's a genius too. He and I don't think everybody in the world will ever be a Scott, getting an extra $100,000 gross income each year and keep on growing. It's something to strive for. And, but look at the goals and what he's putting into it. And the same thing, what you put into most things in life is what you're going to get out of it. So, invest in your future. That's the whole thing in one way or another, because each and every day, if you just do a little bit to maintain your future, what do you want to do? So I think
I lost you. You're muted. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah. I think we lost you there. You're muted. You're you're muted live.